went to go see Ghost in the Shell.
We did, didn't we?
One that we've both been looking forward to.
Oh, I think we've all been a bit excited, haven't we?
Yes. But did it deliver, or
I don't know.
was it a bit underwhelming? Well, I think you do know. Okay, so let's just get this out of the way. There's a lot of that controversy that's been building up ever since the film was first announced and who they were decided to cast. I have to say is they were right. They're absolutely fucking right. The whole Hollywood whitewashing what is considered to be one of the most classic anime films, one that I grew up watching and loving and adoring and being completely obsessed about, and not just the film but the TV show as well as the other like it's a standalone complex as well as like the other films that came out and the manga itself. And I have to say, Hollywood just fucked it. They just didn't get it. They didn't get the whole thing. They didn't get the character of the Major. They didn't get the point of Ghost in the Shell. And but above it all, really, the thing that was overwhelming was the fact that this is a film which effectively is, I mean, you kind of get it, even though it's not implied, but it is set in Japan, in like a futuristic Japan. And yet, I only saw like 3 Japanese characters in it, in the whole film. And the only Japanese words uttered were that from Takeshi Kitano. That's all it was. And I feel it was just, it's not disrespectful, but I just don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
Well, on that topic, I felt it was more whitewashed than I expected it to be. It was whitewashed as fuck.
Good!
Yeah, but, and this is what I'm wanting to say. Scarlett Johansson, though, I feel like she was a good choice. A, she's the most bankable actress in the world. B, I can't think of even a white actress that could play it better than her, let alone an Asian actress. No one comes to my fucking mind.
No!
She is guaranteed box office success. She has proven to be an action superstar with the Avengers. And even as far as the character goes, and which the writers of the original have said, they said, never did we ever say that the Major was Asian. They never ever said that. That's been pronounced. Also, what I did find interesting, what I've read recently, is that they did a poll in Japan. I hope I'm not getting this wrong. Poll in Japan, and the Japanese generally people said, of course, it's a Hollywood remake. They're going to do it. They're gonna have a white actress play her. They always knew it. They weren't upset. It seems to me that it's actually Western society that are upset about this, going, it's majority white people that are going, it's whitewashed.
Why can't we be upset about this?
Yeah, no, you can
Why can't we? When basically, like, you watch, the reason, like, you know, as a teenager growing up for me, the reason I turned to anime wasn't just because it was like animation and it looked cool and it was cyberpunk, but it took you to the other side of the world to see like their way of thinking and their mentality and their culture. Majority of the dialogue was all like English.
Of course it would be, you know.
But why? When you've got
it's an English remake. It's an American remake.
Fair enough, but it's set in Japan. Yeah, there's no Japanese. I mean, The Last Samurai was set in Japan, had more Japanese than this fucking film.
Yeah.
All right, and that was a film like directed to Hollywood, to American audiences.
Yeah. The Major I thought was well casted. I was happy with that from the beginning. I think she's such a bankable choice. She's an obvious choice to me. She did her role. I think she suited it. She looked like her.
Yeah,
I thought it was good. But I now having seen it, I don't quite defend it as much as I thought I would.
Okay.
I defend her, but the film was
but you could have chosen someone else. Like you're the first. Anyone.
No, name an Asian actress.
I don't really know that many Asian actresses.
Now they're trying
but that's not the point. I'm going to see the film.
No, the point
I didn't go to see the film because of Scarlett Johansson.
They hire to sell tickets.
I don't
That's
give
how
two
Hollywood
fucks.
works. Hollywood works a certain way.
Well then that's just that you can live like that, but that's not the reason why I wanted to go see Ghost in the Shell.
I can't think of a better choice. I cannot think of a better choice, white or otherwise, white, Asian, black, you name it. I think she was a perfect choice for that role. How about we talk about if the film is good or not?
The film was good or not.
Yeah, because that's what actually sells tickets.
Okay, it wasn't all that.
I agree.
It was overly stylized. The story was convoluted and like I said, we're going back. They didn't get the whole point of Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
They weren't, and this is the problem again with Hollywood. They love this idea of like origins and all kinds of shit like that. And that was never like, you know, the first time I watched Ghost in the Shell, I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Exactly.
These people like sat talking about shit that I couldn't even. I was like, what? Who? The puppet master? Who the fuck? Where did he come from? And not just that, but it's rich in dialogue.
Yeah.
The dialogue is just rich. Like Major Kusanagi is like constantly talking, but her style is so cool and calm and concise. And there's a lack of emotion as well within her character, which makes her almost appealing to me, like extremely appealing to me.
Yep.
But then it's her interaction with her team and like the camaraderie they have in such a like solid way. But above all else, the stories are always intriguing. But this film just lacked it, man. It almost felt it was predictable as fuck as well. Like you knew just exactly where it was fucking going. And that is so not Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
I hated the depiction of the future. I hated it. It was too futuristically, like it was too futuristic. Again, from what I've known in Ghost in the Shell, it doesn't, it's not like in your face, like fucking animated billboards floating in the sky. I
agree with some of what you're saying, and I disagree with some of what you're saying. I agree that Hollywooded it. They Hollywooded it very hard. It was very spoon-fed. As you say, with the original, when you first watched it, you're like, what the fuck? Like it's like you can't keep up with it. You have to. Whereas this was like, here you go. Here you go.
Voiceover narration.
Yeah. Okay. Now you understand. And this is how. And the backstory. We didn't need all that. It was rubbish. That was bullshit. And they did fuck it in that way. But I think at the same time, it's still a good story, and it's a hard story to really fuck up. So I tried to take myself away from the original and just go, let's just take this for what it is. And it is a good story. I mean, the story is a fucking fantastic story. It's hard to really fuck up a story like that. Even though maybe it wasn't as good. Wasn't it good? If this had never existed and you had watched that film, you would say, interesting concept. My disagree part was I thought the future side of it I loved. I thought the city looked fucking amazing in my opinion. I saw that as how the future would be. Just these mass advertisements and the city is like a fucking hologram in itself and just everything's so insane and I don't know, that to me is like, fuck, I think that is where we're going to go, you know? And I thought that was portrayed very well. I thought you say over-stylized, I thought it was stylized to the fucking T. I thought it was a beautiful, beautiful thing to view in that regard. The action was good. It was an okay film, but yeah, it did completely Hollywood bastardize, whitewash, stick its corporate dick and ejaculated money in the anus of the original.
I don't want to hate Ghost in the Shell. I don't so much. It breaks my heart that I have to come out of the cinema and just feel so like let down.
Are you surprised?
No, I was never surprised.
Did you not expect that exact film?
Yes, but like I'd like to be disappointed in a different way. I like to be disappointed. I would like to come out and think, wow, they did a fucking good job. And what an idiot I am.
I was happy with the casting of Scarlett Johansson. It was a bit more whitewashed than I like to believe. It was Hollywood so it actually turned itself inside out. Looked amazing in my opinion. I liked the futuristic aspects of it. I thought the city itself just blew my mind. But yeah, all in all, they didn't do the best job. But I was entertained, and I'm going to give it a 6.5.
It was not the best movie I've seen, and it's definitely not going to be the worst movie I've seen. It's just the fact that they just couldn't be bothered to really kind of push it to that level of authenticity, and they didn't understand it. But as a film on its own, it looked good. It sounded good. Such a hard one. I really do want to give it a really horrible score because I'm annoyed.
So do it.
But I'm not going to do that because it doesn't. It effectively doesn't deserve that. I'm going to give it a 5. I'm just going to sit there and like leave it on the fence. Maybe a second viewing might change my mind, but it's very unlikely.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
But it's a 5 because while it's not the most original story, it was done all right, and some of the elements in it, like that they took from like some of the scenes, was done really well. So yeah, that's what I would give it.
Cool. All right. Well, there you go. Ghost in the Shell. All you needed to know.
Yeah.